Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the fourth episode of Hinamatsuri. So, in the last episode, it was mainly split into three aspects. We had Anzu doing her homeless shenanigans, Hitomi working on her career as a bartender, and Hina working on becoming homeless as well, pretty much. Ruining Nita's place, taking a reward that she didn't earn at all. And yeah, Nita's probably upset, though we didn't get to see exactly the exact aftermath of that. But yeah, I've called Hitomi a side character before, but after that last episode, it does seem that she's at least as much of a main character as Anzu is, though both of them are listed as supporting characters on my MyAnimeLIst page. But yeah, after last episode, I think I really like Anzu. She's definitely up there. Probably my favorite character in the show. Though I do like Hina and Hitomi a lot as well, so I don't know. Oh, and this is the first video I'm making with these different headphones. I don't want to say new. I mean, they're technically new because I never used them before, but they're also very cheap. They're like a Christmas present type thing I never used until now, but my usual headphones are really on their last legs, so it's becoming more frustrating than it's worth to use them, so I'm trying these ones out. I'll probably eventually buy a real pair at some point, but for now I'll see how these fare. Anyway, let's jump in onto it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, I don't think he's too happy with Hina. It's hard to look away. There was this freak storm. I had nothing to. I couldn't stop it. You think it's not buying those? Oh no. Well, Bonzu's getting roommates, I guess. But yeah, luckily we did get to see Nita's reaction. Well, maybe not the immediate shock reaction, but the main reaction. You really shouldn't sleep with food on your bed, or near your bed. It's a good way to get fat. And does she eat anything else? Yeah, the one thing these headsets do well is they block out, like, they're pretty good at noise canceling, but the one downside of that is I hear myself not as well, which makes me speak louder to compensate for it because I don't hear myself as well. But then I talk too loud into the microphone. That's the only real downside of that. Well, Bonzu clearly gets a job, so... Yeah, disownment, rock and roll fever. Yeah, he has nothing to lose at this point. When you take everything away from a man, you can't threaten him anymore. Can I come back now? That's unfortunate. Well, just hit up Anzu, she'll teach you the way of the homeless. Well, that's something. I imagine you'll go through that pretty quickly, though. And there it goes. That was an amazing montage. I guess you'd call it. I don't know. There we go. Teach you about collecting cans. Not for lack of trying. uh... Well, it was pretty bad. Really can't be picky in that situation. I'm sure he'll let you back eventually, like maybe near the end of the episode. Get your act together, Hina. It's the best sleepover. Though not enough cuddling, but aside from that. I should take care of that. Though again, that makes it hard to cuddle. So... Huh. And she wakes up to an unfamiliar ceiling. The big bucks. I'm awake and I'm eating your food. Pretty much doesn't change no matter where she goes. Probably should anyway. No, it's someone else, but who? Oh, that actually was my first guess, but I wonder why she's there. Oh, yeah, Hina's not going to school, that's probably the thing. So bringing homework or whatever. I kind of kicked her out. A little bit awkward to explain. Not exactly. He's sick of her. Yeah, bit of an issue. I wanted to run into Hina. My arch enemy / employer. Usually the same thing. So this probably is going to be where she meets up with Hina and Uranzu. There's Hina. I kind of got kicked out. I'm homeless now. Please give me food. And Anzu, she should already know is homeless. He told me didn't see them yet. Well, it sounds horrible when you put it that way. You didn't see the damage. Children usually do cost you money. Like a lot. You're clearly the bad guy in their eyes. They're so disappointed in you, Nita. You're a terrible parent, Nita. I think they showed up last episode. You gotta go get her back, man. They all turned on him. Well. He's not a witch. Wow. You tell yourself that, but I'm sure you're worried. They are two very different people. And Anzu are kind of a mentor, which luckily she's kind of doing for Hina, but... Meanwhile, she's making the best of her situation. Well, most things aren't. She's not very good at living frugally. Again, that's what children do. Is she getting kicked out again? Oh my god. Poor Hina. Now what do you do? I don't know, you could try basking nicely. Yeah, so just buy any vase, I'm sure it'll be fine. Music! But that's where the rock and roll comes in, I guess. Sounds oddly familiar. There's an idea. People will pay you money just to sing in the middle of the streets. You should do that, you know. Anzu sang last episode, which was great. Just rock. Awesome shirt. Can I have some of your money? Can I join your band? It was alright. Could use a female vocalist. She wasn't. Don't go Sundari on us. I just want to make sure she's still alive, you know. Where's Hina? Oh, I kicked her out. What a coincidence, so did I. She really can't, because she did the same thing. That was my limit. I couldn't handle any more of Hina than that. Oh my god. When you're not fit to be homeless, where do you go? Oh, that's much better than music. That'd be a good way to make money. Not much competition in that field. Yeah. Getting wrecked by a small girl. Well, yeah, she's not exactly being conspicuous. Now we combining the two things. That's awesome. Some really cool special effects. Some real life CG. Angel. Oh no, it's a fuzz. Well, it's not like we sold tickets. Calm yourself. uh, I guess he wasn't ready for that. But Hina seems to be doing well enough for herself, but I'm sure she still misses Nita. That was short-lived. It's always about Budokan. It's adorable. What's your point? She has a home she wants to return to. Well, yeah, but she's It's not the life she wants. Such an interesting show. Like, I'm not really sure I could compare it to anything, anime-wise. He clearly is. Recognize that... but I'm sorry. Yes, you do. I want to go inside as well. I bought you a vase with the money I made. It's to replace the one I broke. Yes. I'm not a wealthy girl. I'm guessing a lot more than that, but... It's a thought that counts, Nita. I'm sure he's gonna let you in. Exactly. All is forgiven now you've given him the vase. Plus, everybody was, you know, scolding him for kicking out his daughter, so... I'm sure he was sick of that. And there it is. A nice addition. Maybe this is not over, is it? Okay. Let's wait for a second. We get more Hitome bartender segments. That's what a bar is for. She really is like the best bartender in anime history. At least I feel like I've seen, you know, a guy at a bar telling his life story to a bartender before many times. You're my favorite student, don't let anyone else know. And it's time for cleanup. Uzuko doesn't even do much. uh... well, you also have school, so... Your mother's eventually gonna find out. Anzu! She never really talked to Anzu before, has she? Don't let my age fool you, I'm a fantastic bartender. Oh, so is this how she's gonna get, like, a job there? One with homeless people. Which is most countries, really. She's not a stranger, she's Hitome. In my van, just follow me. Don't mind the... I found the mother lode. She's an empty can enthusiast. Wow, he told me. Utako's really influenced you, hasn't she? Well, he lost. Well, Anzu has a new best friend. Yeah, just a little blackmail. Some way to find out. The best day of her life. Anzu is so cute. She has very complicated circumstances. Well, you'll see. Just be patient. She is my friend. I invited a friend over to my house to play. Yes, now. I guess. Aww. You're kind of friends with Hina. Sort of. What did I get myself roped into today? She said, you know, my food. More than you do. I was gonna say that's terrible, but I mean, it's roughly what I make being a YouTuber, so. Oh, wow. Having difficulty swallowing. Anzu, I have so much pity for you. I still think she's gonna work at Hitomi's place. She has been just so ecstatic this entire day. uh, I love this show so much. I want to go home and take a nap, please. Why are we zooming in on her chest? I guess it's shit that she's exhausted and breathing hard. I'm not as fit as you are. Is she sleeping, standing up? Or dead? She really did. Why does this show keep ending? Well, I'm glad we got some Hitomi and Anzu stuff together. You should probably put those down before you break them. I'm so glad I can come back to my favorite bar. All I had to do was unkick out my sort of child. I like how that's just Bonzu's outfit for the rest of the series. I mean, she does look surprisingly well in it, surprisingly good in it, so I'm not gonna complain or anything. Well, you even got the rock dude back there. It's cool. So that was the 4th episode of Hinamatsuri. Another really good episode. Not particularly surprising at all, really, because this, since day one's been a wonderful series. So this episode, we started off where we left off, pretty much, like maybe give or take a few minutes. You had Nita scolding Hina because she just completely trashed his place. Cat, stop moving, you're distracting me. So he was unhappy about that, ended up just straight up kicking her out, so she had to try out the homeless life. Anzu was nice enough to have her stay with her, to kind of help her out, teach her the way of the homeless, and just, show her the ropes. However, after a few days, it became apparent that Hina just wasn't cut out for the homeless life. She was a difficult person to live with, not the best roommate ever. And in the end, Anzu also kicked her out, so Hina really kept just getting worse and worse off as far as her situation goes throughout the episode. But luckily, she managed to find something. She saw some rock and roll dudes rocking out on the street, making money that way. And she decided to kind of, use her powers to make a bit of money as well, and eventually ended up straight up joining the group, using her powers to make it more intense, like have the gravity pull as they're doing their rock and roll thing, which was really, really cool. Might have been one of my favorite moments of the episode. But yeah, they pull in a huge crowd, so once they combine forces, yeah, even the police got involved, because they're like, no, you have far too many people here, this is a safety hazard or something, I guess, so this is bad, don't do it, please. And yeah, but it was pretty successful. I think Hina could have made a pretty good living for herself if she continued to do this. But that's not the life for her. The life for her is the life with Nita. So she ended up going with that. Although considering how unique the series is, it wouldn't surprise me if the series just completely branched off into that direction. That was just the rest of her life. Considering some of the interesting circumstances of these characters, like Anzu becoming homeless, Hitomi becoming a bartender, like, you really don't know what this anime is going to do sometimes. Anyway, people were giving Nita a lot of crap for kicking out Hina because that is a pretty messed up thing to do. I mean, sure, she broke some stuff and she should be punished for that, but I think kicking her out onto the streets is maybe a little bit harsh in my opinion, at least. So eventually he took her back in. Hina bought a vase to kind of make things right, so that's a nice gesture, even though it was probably like maybe a tenth of the price of what she broke. But yeah, that's how that situation was resolved. Next big thing with the episode was Hitomi and Anzu. So Hitomi is continuing to work as a bartender, working very well. She not only makes fantastic drinks, but she listens to the problems of her customers, which is like a very bartender in fiction kind of thing to do. Just have the guy spill his guts out to the bartender as they like calmly clean their glass or whatever, and just kind of listen to them. So Hitomi was pretty good at that. And she ends up seeing Anzu, not her first time seeing Anzu, but the first time she felt compelled to talk to her. And she learned a little bit about her circumstances, decided to kind of help out how she could to get her more cans. And Anzu was very appreciative of this. And as Yasun, I think she called him, taught her to, repay favors, so she brought Hitomi back to her place. And meanwhile, Hitomi was just very confused, like, who is this Yasun person? What's the deal with your parents? Are you really this poor? Like, what's your family circumstances like? And just a lot of questions. And she just kind of wanted to go home and take a nap. And she also has her own problems with her mother, who I'm sure is still unaware of the fact that she is a bartender, and she keeps making up excuses as to why she's gone for several hours on end. Anyway, she does end up following Anzu to her place, and she's like, oh my god, this is even worse than I thought. And yeah, she kind of sees a bit more of her circumstances. And Anzu just, offering her food and everything, kind of talked to her about how much she makes in her can collecting enterprise, which was significantly less than Hitomi makes as a bartender, I'm sure. Although I don't think we actually got any numbers from Hitomi. But Anzu is really happy just to have a friend. She got a nice friend this episode and a way of getting more cans. So this was probably one of the best days of Anzu's life. So she was just like on cloud 9 throughout most of the scene. She was all sparkly and happy running around playing tag. Meanwhile, Hitomi just wants to go home and take a nap. And she ends up falling asleep standing up. Which I don't think I laughed a lot about that, but that was a pretty funny and great scene. Honestly, and yeah, I'm really glad we got to see some stuff from Anzu and Hitomi. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.